Do you ever feel like you're busy all the time, but somehow you're never actually caught up? Like your to-do list just seems to multiply overnight. Yes, I've been there. I'm a neuropsychologist, business owner, and mom of 2 toddlers, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to manage your time in a way that actually gives you your time back. This isn't about doing more, it's about doing intentionally. So I'm gonna walk you through 3 simple steps that combine brain-based science and real-world practicality so that time finally starts working for you. Let's jump in. Imagine getting into a car with no destination. You're burning gas, wasting time, and ending up nowhere. That's how most people operate though, day to day, because if you don't know where you're going, every detour is going to feel like a dead end. And so let me write this out for you. That's why what I'm going to show you today is intentional time management. And it starts with the destination. And specifically, how you're going to pick that destination is to choose your 3 V's. So the first V is version of yourself. First, take time to map out and define the highest version of yourself. From there, you want to create a vision for your life. So you're going to anchor everything to that vision. That vision is going to become your North Star, and then you're going to reverse engineer your life. So define what your dream life looks like in all areas, personal, professional, and spiritual. And finally, along with your vision, defining your values helps you be extremely intentional with your time. So set long-term goals based on your values, not just what's urgent. And if you need help with defining your vision, you can check out my modAmbition Planner Printable, which comes with an entire goal planner at the beginning that uses achievement-based psychology to help you set and reach goals intentionally. Okay, so now you've picked the destination, but how do you actually get there? So without a reliable vehicle, that's a car. This is your vehicle. So without a reliable vehicle, even the clearest map is useless. And when it comes to managing your time to reach your goals as efficiently as possible, that vehicle is your systems. Because no matter how beautiful the destination, you won't arrive there if you don't have the right vehicle. So when I was in grad school juggling 3 jobs and full-time classes, I constantly felt like I was drowning. It wasn't until I built a system that everything sort of changed for me. And that system, which I teach my students in Systemize Your Goals, is called my COPE method. So that's our vehicle. It's COPE. And literally, it helps me cope with the chaos and manage the overwhelm. So here's how to use my COPE method to build your own vehicle. I immediately capture every task, every reminder or idea into my Notion second brain. Every time something pops into your head, no matter how small, I want you to capture it immediately. Then in my weekly review, I organize. I sit down, I look at everything that I've captured through the week and sort it neatly into clear, manageable categories. So from my task list and from my notes that are in my inbox, I sort these into projects, areas, resources, and archive. Next, I prioritize. I process everything in my task and in my physical inboxes and assigning each task a clear priority and a due date, and then I engage. This is where I actively engage with my system through weekly planning and daily time blocking using my 3-7 time blocking method, which brings me to my time management system. So this is where I use my BBB method for booking my non-negotiables, batching tasks according to batch days, and blocking my days using my 3-7 time blocking method in my modAmbition planner. So for the sake of time in this video, I won't dive deep into my 3-7 time blocking method here, but what's key to know for yourself is to create a way of managing your time that creates containers for yourself, for your family, and for your work time. And if you want a full tutorial on my COPE method, BBB method, 3-7 time blocking method, I will link videos in the description to each one of them. Okay, now your vision is clear, your system for managing your to-dos and your time is strong, but there's one more piece to make this unstoppable. Simply put, time is like money. It's not about having more, it's about spending it well, which is why when you sit down to actually get your work done, you want to make the most of your time. And to do this, we really want to get into a flow state when we're working and to stay focused. And I like to think of this as, let me draw it first, the fuel in your car. And this fuel are those productivity hacks that help you stay in a flow state and to stay focused. So again, this fuel is going to help you reach your destination. So here are some of my favorite productivity hacks to make the most of your time. One is to set boundaries. If you're using my 3-7 time blocking method, you'll already have boundaries baked into your day, but it's also important to stick to those boundaries as you work. You have to learn to say no to distractions and do your best to keep the promises that you make to yourself when it's time to sit down and to work. Number 2 is I want you to audit your time weekly to course correct. This is what I do in back planning. What worked, what didn't work. I also do this in my weekly review. So for the back planning, I like to do this at the end of the day. Not only does it keep me accountable and increase my follow through, but it allows you to plan better as you get a realistic perspective of how long tasks take. 3, I like to batch similar tasks. I talked a little bit about this in discussing my BBB method before, but it's worth mentioning here because it's so powerful. Instead of stopping and starting new tasks throughout your day and wasting time in between, use batch day categories to batch like tasks together for maximum efficiency. It's going to save you so much time when you actually start sticking to your batch days. Also, when you time block, I want you to time block with buffers. So assume everything is going to take 15% longer than you expected and add multiple buffer blocks throughout your day when you are time blocking. But here's the thing, I gave you as much as I can on time management for this short YouTube video will allow, where I'm able to share my step-by-step detailed process to reaching your goals faster happens working with me directly. I've been working one-to-one with women to build more focus, organization, and productivity using systems, and the results have been so inspiring. A few spots are opening soon, so if you're ready to start reaching your goals much faster, make sure you're on the wait list. I do want to say the last time that I did this, every spot filled just from the waitlist before I could even announce it publicly. So if you're even just a little bit curious about working with me, click the link in the description to get on the waitlist, because it might happen that that's the only list that I actually announce it to. And it's important to say managing your time isn't about stuffing more in your schedule. It's about finally taking the wheel and driving where you want to go. And by the way, if you're a business owner ready to save more time in your business and finally get organized in your business, be sure to click here to watch my free workshop, Productive Boss, next, so you can finally be consistent in your business, save more time in your business, and really get organized. I'll see you there. Cheers to planning, manifesting, and enjoying your dream life. Namaste.